in this episode of AbleOrange.
What's up, Able audience? I'm back again with a brand new microphone system. You might have noticed in past videos that the audio quality hasn't been that great, and I decided to put a fix to that, so I have a new lav mic. But you're probably wondering, where the heck am I right now? If you can look behind me, this expanse is the East Tennessee Valley, more specifically Blount County. That's Maryville, Alcoa, and Knoxville somewhere off in the distance. But we're up here on the Foothills Parkway today because I'm going to check out Look Rock Mountain to see what we can find. It's rocky and I can look off of it, and I couldn't think of anything else to do for content today. So let's gear up and head, up the mountain and see what we can find. Alright, so one important thing to notice is once you get to Look Rock, the trail, there's a parking lot, as you just saw me go to. There's a little viewing area over there, which I thought was the trail, but the Look Rock trail is actually slightly before the parking lot, depending on which way you're coming from, and you have to go across the road back there. So we're gonna get up here. It's a half a mile uphill, kind of like Kauai, I don't know how it's pronounced now, formerly known as Klingman's Dome. So we're gonna see what we can find, or what we can see in this instance. Let's go.
Alright, so here we are, Look Rock, right off the Foothills Parkway in East Tennessee. This little mountain may not look like much from the road, but don't let it fool you. She is a sneaky one. Look Rock has been standing proud for, well, a whole lot longer than you or me, for that matter. Part of the Appalachian chain that's some of the oldest mountains on Earth. Today, I'm tackling the trail to the top. It's a paved path, yeah, but don't let that pavement lull you into a false sense of security. It's steep, y'all. It's got some bite, and if you're like me, living with muscular dystrophy, you can definitely feel every single % of that incline. So if the camera looks like it's staring at the ground a lot, that's just because, well, so was I. So I apologize in advance. So here's the thing about Look Rock. It's short, sure, only about half a mile to the top, and you all have seen me tackle much longer trails. But it leans on you the entire way. For me, with muscular dystrophy, if you've been following me this far, it's like walking up a giant slippery ramp with a backpack full of bowling balls strapped to my back. But instead I've got my AbleOrange never lost backpack strapped to my back, full of survival gear and a bunch of other essential things. There's a point where, honestly, every step feels like a personal negotiation, like, hey legs, you good bro? No? Well, too bad, full send. We gotta get content today. Here we go anyway. And yeah, the camera's pretty much locked on the pavement right now, because honestly, lifting the GoPro up and my phone felt like asking for a gym membership I didn't sign up for. Looking at you, Planet Fitness.
So I don't know how far up I am at this moment, but there's this nice inviting rock, and as you can see, there's the road down there. So half a mile. I don't really know enough to gauge how much half a mile is of this twisting pathway, but it is paved like I saw in the review, so that is definitely helping. But as you've seen in my previous videos, or if you haven't, hills are definitely a challenge for somebody like myself with muscular dystrophy. If you had a rugged enough power wheelchair, I'd say it's totally possible.
You know, it was at this point that power wheelchair idea didn't sound half bad. But I got to thinking, if you do have a rugged enough power wheelchair, you could totally make it up here, provided you have a fully charged battery. And honestly, that's kind of poetic in a way, because not every trail is like this. Not every mountain thinks about people like us, or rather me. Or if you're watching this and you have a similar disability or struggle with physical things like myself, people who have a little extra grit built into their story. Climbing a mountain when your body doesn't work the way you want it to, it's, well, different. Every step, every push forward, it's not just exercise, it's not just cardio, it's a way of defiance. It's loud, it's stubborn, like I'm still here. You feel every inch of that incline in your arms, in your legs, in your chest, and in a weird way you feel it in your mind too. And yeah, slow sometimes, as you can tell. It's awkward sometimes, or all of the time if you're me. But what matters isn't how graceful you look getting to the top, it's that you kept moving. If you've got a disability, if life threw you some kind of curveball, just know you belong on these trails too. You belong on these mountains. You belong in the hard places and the beautiful places. And you've got every right to be proud of every single step you take, no matter what speed you move, no matter what it looks like to anybody else. Because out here, perseverance is the real victory, and every climb, no matter how messy, is proof you're stronger than the world ever gave you credit for. Alright, TED Talk motivation complete. Now back to the reality of it. This last little stretch before the road changes, I passed a couple on their way back down. They were super encouraging. They told me I was almost there. And I gotta tell you, when you're halfway up a mountain, those words feel like winning a mini lottery. It's funny, half a mile doesn't sound like that much on paper, but when it's all uphill, half a mile can feel like climbing the side of a skyscraper. Just call me King Kong. Still, not complaining though. Honestly, moments like this are the best reminder that the harder it gets, the closer you are to, well, the good stuff. Every step up here, when it feels slow or heavy, it's just proof you're moving in the right direction.
So I've come to where the rugged paved trail intersects with what seems to be either a service road or I don't know what this is, but I hope you're not telling me that I couldn't have driven up here, but me making it up here is all in the spirit of AbleOrange, so it makes for a better video, longer content, and to show you guys that disability doesn't always mean you can't adventure anymore. So I'm glad I've made it this far. I don't think I'm too far from the top right here, but finding this nice paved service road or whatever it is, when I turn around, it'll go down that way. Yeah, if anybody has been up here and knows what this little road is, please feel free to put it in the comments, but we're gonna make our way up this way and see what we can find.
Before you get all the way to the Overlook at Look Rock, you pass by this NOAA weather station. It's been up here since the early 1980s, collecting super important data on weather patterns and air quality in the Smokies. Back then, pollution was getting bad enough that scientists needed a way to track down how clean, or not so clean, the mountain air really was. The station became one of the first long-term air monitoring sites for the National Park Service. Even today, it helps meteorologists and researchers study everything from storm systems to climate changes right here in East Tennessee. Kinda cool, right? It's like a big old radio tower, but it's basically a giant weather detective sitting on top of the world. Figuratively, that is. After all that climbing, there it is. Just ahead, about 100 yards out, the Look Rock Observation Tower. It's this small shape in the distance at first, just peeking out from behind the trees, perched like a watchtower guarding the mountains. The closer I get, though, the bigger it feels. Solid, weathered by time, standing stubborn against the skyline. Step by step, the path draws me in. As the trees open up, the trail smooths out, and before I know it, I'm standing right here at the base of the ramps. It's not a staircase, thank goodness. It's a long, winding climb, spiraling slowly upward. Ramp after ramp, turn after turn, you rise above the trees, a little higher with every step. The wind picks up here too, stronger, cooler, like yours truly. Like the mountains letting you know you're almost there. And then finally, after everything, I'm here at the top of the observation deck, looking over the sprawling counties of East Tennessee. Just look at that view. Well, that didn't last long.
How are you, buddy?
Oh, doing all right.
Good.
It took me a while to get up here. Y'all must have been right behind me.
Yeah.
We ruined your peace and quiet.
Oh, you're fine. I'm a YouTuber, so I'm just getting trail footage.
Yeah. I will say I like that view better than I do that view.
The fun part of this view is trying to find stuff you have.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just expansive. Yeah, it's so pretty.
It would be great.
Well, now that I've had a chance to take in the beauty of the view, it's time to start making my way back down. One last look at the ridges rolling off into the horizon. One last breath of that fresh, smoky mountain air. You never really want to leave moments like this behind, but the trail's still waiting. Heading down now, it's kind of beautiful. With every step, the mountain opens up a little more. The trail that once felt so narrow, so focused on just getting to the top, now stretches out wide, full of color and life, as plants and trees begin to bloom back to life here in the spring. It's like the whole world around me is unfolding. When you're climbing, sometimes all you can see is the next step in front of you. But once you turn around, you begin to realize how much beauty was there all along. And today, this trail wasn't the longest or most difficult trail that I've been on so far, but for me, it still was a challenge, every step of it. A reminder that strength isn't always about speed, ease, or looking good doing it. Sometimes real strength is just keeping going, one step at a time. Oh, jeez.
Got dunked on. I ain't even run.
Yeah, we just got dunked on.
Yep.
He was standing in the way, so I jumped up in the air and I jumped on his face.
Well, I have no idea what that meant. In fact, it hurts my millennial brain. But I digress. If you guys enjoy content like this, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, my name's William, and this has been AbleOrange. I hope to see you in the next video.